Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Johnnie Dec. Topping our news tonight, he's back at it. Muscatine County investigators say a man already in jail for a murder for hire plot tried to solicit the murder of 3 other people while behind bars. 36-year-old Justin DeWitt was facing charges for trying to hire someone to murder 2 adults and 2 children back in June. He now faces 3 more charges for an alleged murder for hire plot against a Department of Public Safety agent and 2 other adults while in jail. DeWitt is being held on a $750,000 bond. A Wilton, Iowa man is charged with neglect after allegedly forcing a child to go outside in the snow with no socks or shoes on. According to the Muscatine Journal, 27-year-old Stephen Putnam allegedly forced a child to do push-ups and run in the snow for 15 minutes wearing only a t-shirt and shorts. A criminal complaint says because the child was barefoot, exposure to the cold caused blisters on his feet. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for tomorrow in Muscatine County. A Clinton woman who says her credit card was compromised at a local Circle K is taking her complaint to the FBI. Since the story aired on News 8 yesterday, dozens of viewers have shared similar stories of suspected fraud at the same Clinton Circle K. Chris Voss told News 8 today she isn't getting anywhere with the store, and because of the number of other people who have come forward, she believes the issue may be too big for local police department to solve.
I stated the facts. I showed my credit card and I stated the facts. If it's not Circle K, then who is it?
You're not making this up.
I'm not making this up.
News 8 has tried contacting Circle K for comment, and we're still waiting for a response. Police near Des Moines are looking for a man who assaulted a police officer overnight. Investigators say 25-year-old Brandon Bordinat should be considered armed and dangerous after he pepper sprayed an Urbandale officer and fled the scene at an apparent traffic accident around 5 this morning. Police say they are taking this very seriously, especially given the recent assault that claimed the lives of 1 Urbandale police officer and 1 Des Moines police officer.
Obviously, things like this put us on high alert, especially after what we've been through in November. The bottom line is we still have to perform our duties 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
The officer was treated at the scene and is reported to be back on duty and okay. Amazon shoppers in Iowa will have to start paying state sales tax on Sunday. Starting January 1st, Iowa law will require all retailers with a physical store presence to charge customers the 6% sales tax. But because Amazon is online, customers didn't have to pay state sales tax. Iowa says the state loses between $18 and $24 million in sales tax revenues. Amazon already charges sales tax in 30 other states, including Illinois. Turning to weather now, and it's been a very windy day, making it feel even colder than it already is. Storm Track 8 Chief Meteorologist James Zahara joins us with when this windy weather will let up.
Yeah, fortunately it's going to let up later on tonight, but until then, though, Johnny, we've got some pretty good wind out there and some pretty good gusts as well. You can see the numbers that we have right now as far as the current wind speed ranging between 10 to 25 miles an hour, but if you've been hearing it from inside, it's actually a pretty good rush of wind in some places, over 30 miles an hour in some of these wind gusts. And I believe these type of wind gusts will continue on for at least a couple of more hours and then begin to subside after that. Temperatures are currently in the 30s out there, 36 degrees in the Quad Cities, but when you factor in that wind, wow, it feels more like in the 20s out there, and it's been that way throughout the afternoon and evening. We'll expect those wind chills to very likely drop even further before those winds begin to subside heading into the end of the work week. We'll tell you what our temperatures will be looking like as we make our way to the last few days of 2016 coming up in just a few minutes. Jenny?
Thank you, James. Many communities in Illinois are in desperate need of dentists, especially ones who serve low-income patients. News 8's Megan Noe explains why recruiting young dentists can be a tough job.
Aspen Dental is the latest practice to set up shop in Galesburg, Illinois.
We do root canals and we fillings, extractions, dentures, so we're here to provide a service for the community.
Those services are certainly needed. Knox County is designated a dental health professional shortage area, meaning there's not enough providers for the population. But some worry there's a major group still not being treated.
The county has something like 20 or 30,000 people on Medicaid. And currently, to my knowledge, we're the only clinic that treats Medicaid dental in the whole county.
Matt Rosny is a dentist at the Knox County Health Department and says their clinic is incredibly busy.
It's not unheard of to wait a few months for an appointment.
There's also an empty position at the clinic, but Rosny says they're having trouble recruiting young dentists.
I think a lot of people are drawn to major metropolitan areas just because there's a nightlife and things like that too, and now they have a high-paying job and they just want to like explode.
And he hopes more dentists will see the advantages of small-town life.
Gosh, I love it here.
In Galesburg, Megan Noe, WQAD News 8.
Rosny says he sees around 2,000 to 3,000 patients each year, only a small fraction of the county's residents on Medicaid. If you take the bus in Davenport, changes are coming in the new year. Starting Monday, the Brown Line stop on 13th Street will be moved 2 blocks over to 15th Street between Bridge Avenue and Pershing. City officials hope that moving the bus to run along a designated snow route with a wider street will make it easier for passengers. The stop times along the Magenta Line will change to reflect when the buses leave. That's for the Kimberly and Division stops. Right now, those times are not accurate. Changes are also coming to parking in downtown Davenport. Starting January 9th, all 3 of the city's parking ramps will be automated with pay stations. You can either pay every time you park or you can apply for a monthly parking permit. A few things to keep in mind when using the new pay stations. You will need your license plate number when checking in, and the stations will not accept or provide change. Starting January 1st, drivers will face bigger penalties for trying to beat the gate at railroad crossings in Illinois. The state is doubling fines for ignoring active gates and warning lights. Starting this weekend, the fine jumps to $500 for a first offense and $1,000 for a second offense. Last year, Illinois ranked 2nd in the nation for railroad crossing fatalities. We're counting down the new year and to a new presidency. And now we have new information about Donald Trump's presidential inaugural address. The Washington Post quotes 3 Trump associates as saying the president-elect will draw upon Reagan's style and Kennedy's ability to articulate grand ambitions for the nation. And although he has chosen a speechwriter, Trump is said to be taking a more active role in crafting the speech. The man who was kicked off a JetBlue flight for his partner's verbal assault on Ivanka Trump may lose his job if a petition drive achieves its goal. Matt Lasner took pictures and tweeted as another man, Daniel Goldstein, shouted, "Your father is ruining the country." Trump and her family were on vacation and they were flying commercial. Now a petition drive seeks to pressure Hunter College to fire Lasner for his role in the harassment. He's a professor there. The petition drive on change.org has already collected more than 37,000 signatures. Well, there's much more to come right here on WQAD News 8. Still ahead, Party Ready, how the biggest city in America is preparing for the biggest New Year's celebration. And fighting back, why the brother of JonBenet Ramsey is suing for $750 million. Tonight's top national headlines are next.